True strength is restrained. My dad told me this when I was younger. Joe, you think you're strong because you're a big guy, but that's not where true strength lies. I don't have to let these mean words come out. That's true strength. Because who can control their tongue? Welcome to another episode of Unanswered. This is a podcast where we love to think, question, and connect. We use idioms, phrases, and famous sayings from different cultures to examine life's biggest questions and hopefully help you find some answers. My name is Joe.
And I'm Joyce. We are an American family living in the beautiful city of Jazan, Saudi Arabia.
We love to bridge generations, nations, and stations. And we also want to give you guys a small glimpse into our life whenever we can. But before we do any of that, the first thing we want to ask from you is to hit that subscribe button.
And follow us on your favorite social media platform. We are on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, and on X. You can find us at unANSWERED100.
Anyway,
we have a
idiom,
very interesting
it's really
saying
interesting
today.
Actually, yes. You want to go ahead and say that saying?
I have to say it with like menace on my face.
That's not a good sound. That's not a good sign. Say it one more time. Okay.
All right.
Let's watch this video, and then after that, we'll come back and talk about it.
I would have been better off giving birth to a chunk of barbecue pork than to you. A Cantonese saying. We're traveling back to post-World War II Hong Kong in the 1950s. Times were hard, and most families were hustling to make ends meet. Imagine one humid evening, a tired mom got off multiple bus transfers and dragged her tired feet into a cramped apartment. She quietly starts preparing dinner in the tiny kitchen when she caught a glimpse of her teenage son lounging aimlessly on the sofa, reading a comic book, his homework untouched. Immediately, anger surges from deep within her and she snaps. I would have been better off giving birth to a chunk of barbecue pork than to you. This line went viral in its time and spread through crowded stairwells, dai pai dong, family gatherings. It's raw, it's sharp, half joking, also half heartbroken. It didn't come from ancient scrolls or famous poets, but it bubbled up from real heartaches of hardworking parents who sacrificed everything only to see their entitled kids throwing it away. By the 1970s, it's in Cantonese songs, 80s TV dramas, and seeped into everyday Cantonese scoldings. Love can wound with expectation. The old-style Cantonese wisdom warns modern-day kids not to fulfill its prophecy. Make your life worth more than barbecue pork. Make it delicious.
That's what I was going to say. That's literally what I was just about to say.
Literally, it means I'd be better off giving birth to a piece of barbecue pork than to you. So it's very harsh in nature.
Why are you so good at insults? Like, why? Like, why are you guys like always insulting? Okay. It's like
because you know why? Because that's our love language.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I have been on the other side of a couple of those insults.
I've never said this to you.
Every day you hurt my feelings.
What?
I just break down a little more inside.
But we're very good at insults.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kids are very good at insults.
Yes. Or it's just
it's like, how did this become a saying?
Wow.
Honestly.
It's like,
so here's my question. You know the next question I'm asking. I'm about to ask the real question. Has your parents, grandparents, whatever, family members ever used this with you?
So my parents have never said this to me.
Really?
Yes.
See, let's give cheers for Ama.
Yes. But I do have a savage grandma.
Oh,
I do. I have had a savage grandma.
Yes.
So
she's not with us anymore.
Is not with us anymore.
Right.
She's very dear, but she has an unrefined way of speaking.
She had a colorful way of using her words.
I don't think she's ever told me that she'd rather have given birth to a chunk of pork than to me, but she's used other insults. Yes.
So here's a question: why pork? Why a chunk of pork?
Because I can eat it.
That's okay. That's what I'm asking. Like how?
Because I can eat it and feel full. At least I have something.
Okay, I get it. That makes sense.
Remember the handful of sand?
Yes.
Like, at least I can be full.
Cantonese.
So you have to understand, this is said in extreme anger,
yes.
right?
Yeah, in moments of extreme anger, yes.
So when the mom or the grandma's mad, they be like, you're so useless.
Wow.
You can't even, if I've given birth to a chunk of char siu, I would have had a good meal and my tummy would have been full.
So you know what this reminds me of?
What?
I'm sorry.
What?
So you remember, I don't know how long it was. It was a Disney short, and Bao, I think was the name of it.
Oh, Bao.
Yeah, the thing is Bao. That's the name, Bao.
Yes,
and so this is what that reminds me of when you talk about that. It reminds me her like trying to work with this kid, work with her son, all this good stuff.
But he wouldn't listen.
He wouldn't listen. He wouldn't do what she wanted. And then at one point, she just got so mad, she just picked him up and ate him.
Yes.
And Joyce,
that is the sentiment.
I was mortified. I was traumatized. I was like, what the heck just happened? This lady just picked up the dude and just ate him. And I'm going, Disney, what are we making? Like, what is happening here?
You know what? Maybe they got their inspiration from this phrase.
Yeah, maybe they did their research. So Disney.
My gosh, that's awesome.
On you. Very good.
You're right.
But yes, do you remember that scene, right? Okay, so
yes, it's very.
But it's the same thing.
Visually explosive.
Yes. So the anger and the exasperation was simply because this guy was not really meeting the expectations that she had, right?
Yes.
And so this always presents that question of the expectations between generations or between adults, and what are those expectations? Are we obligated to meet those expectations? Or those are big questions. What do you think?
They are. Did we talk about this in another episode about like a filial piety and honoring our parents?
Maybe we did. Maybe we did.
Yes.
We did.
So
but it's that same thing, yeah.
It's on the same line. We definitely want to honor our parents, but then I think like there's definitely room for, we're created as individuals, right? We have individual aspirations, we have different dreams and hopes, and I would hope that our grandparents would respect that as well. You
would hope that they would respect that. You'd also hope that they would treat you as an individual and honor and respect your boundaries as well.
Yes.
But with all of that, coming back to one major point is that, and I'm going to say this, the words, even though I know it's given in Cantonese, it's culturally, it's very, very well, it's used, it's common.
Yes, and it's funny.
But words actually hurt.
Yes.
Words can do damage. And so that's the question I have is, even though this is very culturally common and acceptable in many instances, circumstances, do the words still hurt?
Yes, they do.
You understand?
They do.
Meaning?
Yes. Although this exact phrase has not been said to me like in an angry way, similar phrases has been spat in my face,
right.
And like, those words stung and it stayed with me for a long time. Just think about it. Even like outside of your family, have you ever had a mean teacher who's called you dumb? Or
you mean to name them?
Name and shame. Go for it.
For shame.
I grew up in Hong Kong. I went to primary school there where every class had 45, 50 students. So and one teacher, they are exasperated a lot. And plus, I wasn't the best rule follower. So I always get in trouble. I've gotten maybe I won't go into all the stories today. Maybe one of these days I'll tell some. But I've gotten into my share of troubles, a fair share of trouble. I remember one time I made my teacher so mad. I think it's over homework. It's always homework. Like 8-year-olds don't like doing homework. So I didn't do my homework. And the teacher wouldn't believe me. Well, I may have lied. And then so she's learned not to believe me. So she humiliated me, yelling at me. And she came over to my desk, put my backpack onto the desk and flipped it over, emptied my bag to see if I was hiding like anything.
Wow. This sounds like a teacher who was way overstressed and needed like a...
She needed a spa day.
She needed a spa day for sure. But getting back to the topic, it was very, very like probably
traumatizing.
Exactly. Yes. A traumatizing experience. And I think that we experienced that definitely from the older generation, but I think it's just as traumatic even sometimes when we receive it from peers or people who are,
definitely.
There's something to be said about bullying and the effects of it and how people experience it.
Yeah.
It's traumatizing. And even though sometimes it's said in jest by even friends, it can be said in jest, but it's actually very, very, I'm going to say debilitating, right? It can be very hurtful to an individual. And some of those words, they sting. And I think that the words are powerful, but the emotion that goes with those words, the way you feel is even more powerful. And so
the way they make you feel.
The way they make you feel.
Yes.
And so there's that old saying that says, people will forget what you say to them, but they will never forget how you've made them feel.
Oh my gosh, it's so true.
Right?
It's so true.
And so, I mean, it's almost as in when you remember it, you're drawn right back into that moment, and those feelings sometimes come up. I don't know. Have you guys ever experienced this? Or, man, am I going to say this? Okay, yes. So I was really bullied. I know that's hard to believe, me being as cool as I am. I was bullied mercilessly in, I think it was middle school, more even high school. I was bullied mercilessly until I started growing a little bit. And then for some reason, like the bullying became less and less. And but before that
you would think,
yeah, it was, I'm telling you, I was bullied mercilessly. And I still remember, I don't even remember what any of those guys, the ones I'm thinking of specifically, their faces are in my brain. I don't remember a thing they said to me, but I definitely remember how they made me feel. And if I wasn't a better man, if I haven't like matured, if I met them nowadays, and if I hadn't reached the maturity that I have experienced right now, man, it would be on. On sight. We're going at, because that's how you feel. Like that feeling never. If you don't experience some type of forgiveness or whatever the case is, then it never leaves.
No.
It's like you can remember that emotion even from that same instance. And I have their names. Like, why would I remember these people? I have their names still in my mind. You understand? Like, I can remember their names. And so I've forgiven and I've moved on, and I'm probably in a way, way better place than some of those guys. I know I am. But that's all beside the point. It's not a ha-ha-ha, but ha-ha-ha. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
So that's a really good example of like how our like people's words actually stay with us.
Yeah.
Why don't we flip it around?
Okay.
Have we ever said angry words like that?
I'm going to excuse myself at this point. This has been a nice show. Thank you guys. I'll see you later.
That's a fair question. Have we ever said words? Okay.
Oh man.
To be fair, we don't know how our words make people feel, because that's how it goes, right? You say it, you dish it out, you don't feel it. But they do sting, as we have experienced.
Joyce, I've had so many instances that even thinking about them right now, I regret it.
See, that's a question.
Oh my gosh, I regret it.
Have you said anything in the past, angry words, that you later regretted?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I've said angry words that I've regretted, and it's not. I don't even think you have to be angry necessarily. For me, you know my history. And so at that point in my life, I was in such a state that it wasn't. You know how in Marvel, the Avengers, when they're like, "How do you keep it under control?" And he's like, "You want to know my secret?" And he's like,
Who said this?
Hulk.
Hulk? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Before he changes, like, you wanted to know my secret? I'm always angry. And then he changes into the Hulk and like starts like throwing hands. And that was literally a state for me at one point in my life.
Like a constant state.
Yeah, it's a constant state where it's just you're always angry. So it doesn't even feel like anger. It's just words at that point.
Oh,
you understand?
yes.
Your state is that you're always angry, so it's just words. You're just bleeding all over everybody all the time.
Oof.
You understand my meaning?
We talked about this before. Like our words is an overflow of what's inside.
Yes.
So
whatever's
that's what you're
inside
saying
is going to come out.
because your baseline is anger.
Yes.
So everything that comes out we're angry.
It was angry, and I've said a number of things during that period that I regret. There's no better way to say it is that I regret. And even at a point when I was trying to, or in a process of healing, it still took that time to heal before I could actually change what was, I had to change what was inside so that what was outside matched what was inside. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Words have a powerful impact.
But sometimes we don't realize it or we forget.
Yeah.
I think we forget that words have power, but I think it's a fact that we have to recognize that our words have power. And also another thing we tend to forget is that we actually carry authority with us and our words have authority. What do I mean by that?
I was going to ask the question.
Like, okay, so in hindsight, when I'm thinking about like my fourth grade teacher who humiliated me, right? Like in front of the whole class of 50, she probably forgot that she had authority. Mm-hmm. Like outside of the classroom, she's probably just an ordinary woman in her 20s, dating, going home to visit parents. Like she probably doesn't feel like, she's not like the governor or the president of any country. Like she probably doesn't feel like she has much authority. But when she was in the classroom with 50 young students, she had absolute authority.
Yes.
So
she's controlling what they're hearing. Yes. She's shaping their minds.
Yes. Yeah. That's authority. Yes. That's power.
Yeah.
So she probably didn't remember that. Like maybe like anger overtook her and she didn't remember that. Right. And so she let those words out, those actions out without thinking twice about it.
Wow.
So, and I think maybe, I didn't know this until someone told me or taught me that our words we have authority and our words carry that authority.
I know you've heard the example where people will you get up and you're like, man, this is a crap day. This day sucks. And then you wind up having a bad day, right? And part of it's because your words, I think they get into your psyche and they start to help control your emotions or whatever the case is so that you actually respond to those words, right?
I think there are actually scientific studies.
Absolutely. There has to be, yes. I have exercises that I've done with people to show them this. And I can't do it here because it would just look weird and people would think weird. But yeah, there's exercises that you can do that will show a person, this is actually very, very powerful. Yeah. But one of the greatest ways to understand just how powerful your words are to look at your children.
How so?
Man, because they will often hang on every word. Not only will they often hang on it, they will say the words that you say. Sometimes they're like little parrots. They're sponges.
It becomes their inner voice.
Everything in, and then and then they repeat it. And so when I see, honestly, when I see little kids running around, little kids who are swearing and stuff, I don't have to look at the kids. I already know what the parent is doing at home. You understand?
Yeah.
I already know, and that's not trying to point fingers. I'm just calling a spade a spade. If you want to see how the parents are, just look at the kids. Because that's how much influence, that's how much authority they have within that kid's life. And they're going to say what they have been hearing.
Yes.
Typically,
Yes.
they're going to say everything that because they are learning.
Yes.
And that's why with our daughter, she's 10 at this point, I am constantly, I don't even want to say, she's never heard me say a swear word. You can ask her. I've never sworn in front of her. Is it true?
It is.
I've never sworn. In our time of being married over 15 years, have you ever heard me say a swear word?
No.
Exactly. And I'm not trying to puff myself up. It's just, first of all, I think it's uneducated, to be honest. I'm just calling it what it is. Don't come at me. I think that if you can't find other words to use, then yes, that is what it is. That's another topic. We'll talk about it later. But the other thing is just, I don't want her. I can imagine the look on her face. You understand? I've seen the look on her face when I've had to punish her. I remember one time when she was very young where I had to punish her and I saw that look on her face. Joyce, it
broke you.
Oh my gosh. It broke me. And I'm like, I want to build this young person up. I want her to strive to be the best that she can ever be. But what I never want to do is I never want to break her spirit.
Yeah.
Why? Because she's worth so much more. And there's all of this potential and all of it wrapped up in this little being that can grow up to be like incredible things.
Yes.
And all of that can be influenced by my one angry moment.
Yes.
All of it can be torn apart. Man, I'm getting emotional. All of it can be torn apart by my one angry outburst. So anything I say to her, anything that I do to her, I want to make sure she understands that it's out of love, that it's because she is one of the most important things in my life and the best thing that I've created. So I'm going to be wise in how I use my words. And I know not all of us can control ourselves, but we always want to be working toward that.
Yes.
That direction.
We're not perfect, but we're always striving to be better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not passing judgment on anybody.
No.
Yeah.
I think you're just realizing the authority that you have as a father.
Right.
And that's exactly what we're talking about. I think we have to realize that we have authority in our lives, whether as a parent, as sons and daughters, as a friend, as a sibling, older or younger, as a teacher, as like all these roles, as a coworker, all these roles that we play, we carry authority with us. So our words actually make a powerful impact. Now we've been saying like angry words, but I think the opposite is also true. The same way that angry words sting and the recipient, they tear down, and the recipients remember the traumatizing effects after like decades. I think positive, life-giving words are also the same. They work the same.
I once again, I see that as well, and I'm glad you brought that part up. That the opposite is absolutely true as well. And one thing I always say to my daughter, many times when I put her down to bed, I'm like, "Hey, do you know I love you?" She's like, "Yes, Daddy." And I'm like, "Do you really know that I love you?" She's like, "Yes." I was like, "Why do I love you, Lele?" She's like, "Because I'm yours. Because I belong to you." And I'm like, and nothing would ever change that. You will always be my daughter. So no matter what, I will always be your greatest cheerleader. I will always be your greatest supporter. Dude, we have got to stop this episode. We've got to stop this episode, man. I love that little girl, man.
We just gotta name this episode "Girl Dad."
Okay, so if any of you out there are girl dads, you understand what I'm saying right now. I'm like, I will be your greatest supporter, and that doesn't mean that I don't discipline. That doesn't mean that we don't Because we do. If we really love them, we will discipline them. We'll like try to bring them up, but it will always be with love.
Yes.
We'll always be gentle, patient,
Yes.
kind, caring.
Yes.
That's what we want to be,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I think that this is a total side note, but I'm going to say it. True strength. My dad told me this when I was younger. He was like, Joe, you think you're strong because you're a big guy. And, it's like, that's not where true strength lies. True strength lies when you have all of this capacity to do damage, but you're gracious and you're gentle. He's like, because true strength is restrained.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Oof.
Right?
That gives me like goosebumps.
Where you can restrain it. Like, it's like, no, I don't have to react in this situation in this way. I don't have to let these mean words come out. That's true strength. Because who can control their tongue? You understand?
It's true.
That's true strength.
Wow. Wow. Grandpa Walt.
No, that wasn't Grandpa Walt.
Oh,
It was. I've had many spiritual fathers, yeah, it wasn't Grandpa Walt.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, man, that was a lot.
Woo.
That was a little heavy. I got a little bit emotional as well.
I don't think it was heavy. It was fuzzy.
Wow. It's
Warm and
heavy
fuzzy.
for me because I'm a guy and we're not supposed to show those emotions. No, that's not true. It's not true. First of all, first thing is, because we're going to have to wrap it up here, do you guys have a saying like this in Arabic? What is it? Please let us know. Leave it in the comments. Second thing is the questions that we've asked. Do you have you ever said any of those words angrily? If so, I would encourage you to apologize to those individuals, and even going forward to make sure that we're encouraging others. Why? Because that encouraging word could be the difference for people. It could change the total outcome of their lives. So I speak to you today, and I want to give you encouraging words that say, hey, you're worth it. You're good. It doesn't matter who you are. You're beautiful. And we just want to encourage you to always be kind, right? Be kind to other people.
Know your authority.
Yes.
And know the power that comes with your words, and use them carefully.
Yeah.
I think that's our encouragement.
Man, and hopefully if there's any girl dads out there, please give me at least a shout out that you understand that I'm not the only one. I'm not crazy. I don't think this is being like some wuss. Some
No,
people
you're
might,
not.
the goal is not to be an alpha male necessarily, but I think those are alpha qualities, to be totally honest, but that's beside the point, because that's not my goal. My goal is not to please other people. But for all of you, what would please us more than anything is for you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Hit that subscribe button right now.
And follow us on your favorite social media platform. We are on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, and on X at unanswered100.com. And don't forget, check out our website, unanswered100.com. You can connect with us there. So go ahead and check it out.
Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Unanswered, a place where we will always try to think, question, and connect. I want to encourage you to be kind to someone today. Say a kind word to someone. Tell someone they're great, and because you guys are. Thank you for joining us.
See you
We
next
look forward
time.
to seeing you next time. Bye.